So where do I start? What models should I explore? Simple models, deep learning, what pre-processing is required for simple models or deep learning models. I have read that using deep learning, you can forecast based on other time series values. For example, series T1 and T2 help in forecasting required series 3T. How to extend this for normal data? For example, if Trump tweets that trade war between the US and China is over, then the market will improve in another X days. In this example, what President Trump tweets is not forecastable, but still an independent event and cause the market to fluctuate. Now, there is a lot of context here. Yes, Dr. Chan, over to you.
Yes, I think that whether one should use the two most popular well, I would say three popular machine learning category are the shallow learning and random forest and deep learning. Shallow learning would include things that are linear, logistic regression and linear regression would fit that category. And despite the simplicity, oftentimes it works very well in trading because it has less of a problem in data snooping. You will be surprised how effective it is in many trading models. Many institutional trading models are built on linear models. But as I said, after you build a linear model, there's nothing to stop you from applying meta labeling. And if you want to use meta labeling, typically there are many features. And in that case, a deeper learning model would be useful. And random forest or a gradient boosted tree model would be a favorite. And that is also used frequently in financial machine learning. Now, for deep learning, the verdict, the jury is still out on whether out of sample performance is actually still good. Then the reason is that deep learning has many more parameters than other machine learning models, and also the resulting model is very hard to interpret. But that should not stop you from exploring it. So you just have to be very careful in making sure that there's no data snooping bias. One advantage of deep learning, however, is that you don't have to. It train actually much. It can train faster than the other random forest or gradient boosted distance tree model. Because of many advances in the training algorithm for deep learning. It's actually pretty fast. So, I think, however, if you are a beginner, you should start with the shallow models rather than the deep models because it presents less of a problem in overfitting, data snooping bias. Now, in terms of forecasting based on other time series, it doesn't matter that it is a deep learning model. I mean, you can apply the most shallow learning model like a linear regression, and it can take many time series as input. It has nothing to do with the classifier. It has to do, as long as a classifier can take multiple input, you can use other time series to make prediction. So that is really not necessary to use a deep learning model for that. Now, when you mention things about these treats, indeed, that is the problem that I discussed earlier, which is a challenge for machine learning model, because we never have the financial market that is so much affected by presidential treats. So therefore, this is a new regime. And unless you are able to build a machine learning model with 1 or 2 years of with 2 years of data, otherwise it may or may not work under this kind of situation. So that is the challenge of financial machine learning.